The China Hustle. What is going on with this new movie called The China Hustle? Is it a movie about how China is booming, or is it a movie about how China is frauding possibly millions of people around the world with these reverse merger Chinese companies really just doing whatever they want? Talking about it in this video, the new movie China Hustle, and why I think you should definitely check out this movie. What's going on, guys? So the other night I checked out the new movie called China Hustle. China Hustle is a movie about what's basically going on in the stock market today. After the housing crisis, after all of this stuff happened, people were looking for the next big quick fix. And where did they go? They went to China. And these Chinese companies figured out a way to exploit a loophole called a reverse merger. And basically what it is they don't actually need to do an IPO. It's much easier. They just merge with an old company, the shares out there or whatever. They merge with this company, and then they become a company that's already on the stock market, that's a public company, and boom, they're in business. And really, there's just no way to verify what these companies really are doing. They can say that they're making billions of dollars. They can say they have all these different deals and different contracts and all this stuff going on. But really, nobody has any idea. And the scary part is these Chinese companies really don't care. It's not every single Chinese company, but the big issue really is these reverse merger type companies. Let's talk about a company like WINS. We've seen some insane manipulation, some crazy stuff going on with this company. We've talked about it multiple times, how it's a massive fraud. And I think there is a lot of this going on in the market today. Anytime I see one of these Chinese pump and dumps going to the moon, pretty good indicator that it's probably going to crash because it's a massive manipulation of stock price. And they're basically just pumping out news, hey, I got this contract deal or got this going on. And the China Hustle basically breaks this all down, looks inside of it and talks about really, what's going on and explains it in a very layman type way. So even for people who aren't into the stock market, for people who aren't day traders, they can understand really what's going on with these stocks and how a lot of people are losing money because of these companies, these massive pump and dumps. And what really is going on here is these small investment banks like Roth Capital are going and getting these companies, helping them do the reverse merger, and then pumping the price out, saying that these companies are good. Let's say I'm an investor looking for an investment, a high yield investment. And now this bank like Roth Capital comes along and goes, hey, I have this option. I have this Chinese company. They make fertilizer. It's going to be a great big success. You should invest in it. Well, what happens is Roth Capital is bringing that money to the table. They're making the deal happen, and then they're washing their hands of it. They have nothing else to do with it. And then the investor is basically losing his money because he's now holding the bag. So this is not just a day trading issue. This is not just day traders losing money. This is actually real people investing in these companies because they're told that they're good companies, because on paper, if you look at the company's financials, you look at the company overall, it looks, this company's making a lot of money. They got these deals, they got these contracts. Well, a lot of times all of it's false. And you see in the movie how they go to some of these companies and they do research and they ask questions and they find out, hey, there's nothing going on at this company. The warehouse is empty, or the factory is not actually turned on. Nobody's actually making anything here. So there's a lot of this going on. And I think it's a very big issue that is kind of weird, that is not more public, that more people aren't talking about this. And that's what it really comes down to. As long as the government's not losing money, as long as these big banks aren't losing money, nobody cares. They're like, we don't care about it. But when it's the small time investor, when it's the mom and pop trying to invest for their future and they lose money, nobody cares. It's not a big deal. Let's say a major bank or the government was losing money because of these Chinese companies. They would get stopped right away. Trump would be like, nope, no more reverse mergers. It's done. The big banks keep selling these investments to unsuspecting investors who really just trust the system. They think, hey, this is a accredited bank, an investment bank. So like Roth Capital, it's an investment bank, and they're telling me this is a good company, so I should invest. They don't ask questions. For most people, they have no idea really how these things work. They don't know. All they're doing is trusting that an investment bank like Roth Capital would tell them the truth and would want them to make money and, have a bright future investing. But instead, a lot of these banks are just like, hey, Yeah, buy until they sell everything and then they make their money and they don't care. So it's a very scary situation, and the China Hustle movie really breaks this all down. If you want to learn more about what's going on in the world, check out this movie. It's called The China Hustle. I've said that enough now. I think you know what it is. But I definitely enjoyed it. I thought it was a great movie. It's got a lot of facts. They actually go over to China, inspect some of these companies. They talk about how some of the investigators get arrested in China, how there's a very large, massive amount of manipulation going on right now, today, on the stock market with these companies. And I mean, we've seen it. We've traded these types of companies. We saw when WINS went from like $20 to $250 and then got halted for like 3 months and then reopened and crashed and all this stuff going on. I would be interested to see what you guys think after you watch the movie. So once you watch the movie, leave a comment below. What do you think about the China Hustle? And do you agree that this is a major issue going on today that nobody is really talking about? If you guys haven't already and you've watched this entire video, I don't know why anyone hasn't. Hit the subscribe button, leave a comment below, and hit that like button if you do enjoy this content. I will talk to you guys later on.